Why is it so cold? I don't do chili. Right then. What's up YouTube? My name's Quickie. Welcome back to the channel. Oh, it's freezing in here today. Right, okay, we're back on obviously the Suzuki Cafe Racer, and at the weekend Steve-O was down. We chomped a big hole in the bottom of the tank, and I should probably do something to try and fill that in because it's going to leak. So what we're going to do, I think, is the battery just fits in there nice. However, if you saw the last video, you would have seen that when I was mucking about marking it all up, I managed to short the battery out. We do need a little bit more room. So all the terminals are at the top, and it sits really nice. I'll show you. Yeah, so the battery sits really nice in the tray. That's going to be a treat. We've got a little room for pad in front and rear, so that's happy days. However, what we have got is the terminals are here. I've taped them up now just so I don't short them out again. I should have done that first. That was a rookie mistake, stupid error, but there you go. The battery's all right, I've checked it. So what we're going to need to do is the hole in the tank basically just snugly fits over top of this. And what the plan always was to make the hole bigger in the tank, much to Steve-O's disgust, but it's just going to have to happen. This side can pretty much come up to it. There is going to be a little bit of a gap there just so I can get some airflow around it, but this side is going to need to come out more. Reason being is obviously we've got the terminals here, there's going to be cabling, and I just don't want to short it out again basically. There was a lot of sparks and stuff and petrol right on top of it, and just seems like a stupid idea. So that's what I'm gonna have a crack at doing today. A little bit more marking out and stuff, but that's the plan. So I've got another piece of the same steel that I used to make that tray. It's quite tough stuff. It's like 1.8, something like that, cold rolled steel. We don't need a massive bit, and I'm gonna put an end to it. So this has only got to be folded in two places here and here. So I think what we're going to do is to stick a tank back on it, mark up roughly where it needs to be, how big the hole's going to be, and then I'm going to mark it out on this, and get the U-shape bent into it and get the end on it and all that stuff. I'm not sure. See, that's going to go in like that, and this bit is going to need to be plated separately. This bit is going to basically form part of the tank mount where it actually screws down onto the bike. So that's going to hold it all in place. So I think first step is going to be get this bent up. I can offer it up to that, and then I can chomp the hole out where I need it to be, because it's going to need to come out here a bit more. See that side? That side. We have got a pipe here. This pipe basically goes up to the filler cap. So where the filler is here, it's got a hole in it there. Why that's there is basically just to let water out, believe it or not. It's not a breather or anything. Well, I suppose it is, because it vents into the top of the cap. But essentially where you park your bike up and it rains, water's going to find its way in there. And then obviously as you stand your bike up, you don't want all the water going into the tank. So basically whilst it's on the side stand, that's the lowest point on the left hand side, and it just lets the water come out. I know this because I had trouble with my RSVR. Basically that tube bunged up and I kept on getting water in the tank, and that was the reason why. So, you know, blow it through with an airline, all's good. So this is what we're doing. Yeah, let's do that. Cool. So I found that when I'm bending this up, because I'm new to Brenda and stuff, so it's all a little bit of a learning curve. I don't know, can you see in here where the lines are? Yeah? They're kind of up the wall a little bit. Reason for this is you have to give it a bend allowance. So when you go and put a bend in it like this, if you mark off the gap that you want to fill on here and then you bend it, obviously you can see that the bend is about like a 2 or 3 mil radius to the outside edge of this material. So if I was to put the blade smack on that line and then just bend it, this would come up oversized. As it is, my gap here is 130 mil. You can see this is like 130 mil. But I had to insert, you got the width of the Sharpie and then an extra millimetre, so it's like 2 mil off either end. So that took a little bit of fussing and faffing to get, but that is spot on. That is going to do the job. Right. So I need to chomp this hole out and then we can cut this to size and get it stuck in. Having a right palaver. Basically where the back of the tank is, there was a bracket that came off here and that's what it was all bolted down to, but it's like double skinned and water's obviously got in behind it and it's rusted it. So I'm having to chomp all the back of this out, but I can't get my big angle grinder in there, so I'm down to die grinders and my little stone. Oh, I mean, it's getting there. So the idea is, if we can clean all this out, get all this rubbish off it obviously, dress it all right back and get rid of that double skin layer, then I can plate across it with fresh metal and it'll all be good. So that's what I'm doing. Just, you know, whilst we're at this stage, we might as well do it right, and if there's any little bits and pieces like this, they're just going, they're going to get sorted. My poor little compressor. Anyway, yeah, Saturday, me and Steve-O were talking. We've come up with a blinding idea. Well, I think it's a good idea. But we'll see what you think, really. You're never going to ride a bike as hard on a road as you would do on a track. And we quite like the idea, once all this is built and sorted and done and dusted and stuff and looking pretty, we want to prove that the bike is capable and up for it. So what we're thinking about doing is going on a track day. I can see what's going to happen now. It's going to be this gorgeous looking bike, all shiny and lovely and everything else, and he's going to bin it on turn 1, cold tyres or something. But no, that's what we're thinking of doing. Oh, it's a cafe racer after all. They raced them. So, be interested to hear your thoughts actually. Would you like to, it could be a great day out actually. Quite a filming opportunity. Yeah, so that's what we're thinking about doing. So once we get all this done and dusted, and it's back at Steve-O's gaff and whatnot, he can muck about with it and get used to it and see how the old girl feels and stuff. And then, once it dries up a little bit, because I ain't doing it when it's peeing down, we take it on a track day. And we can lean on it a little bit and see what it's like in the corners and how much power it's got, and we could use the day to set the suspension up properly so it's how he wants it to be, and I'll hire a bike or something and I'll just chase him around with a camera on the front of it, so see all this chunky goodness being wedged by GIXIT. Anyway, let us know what your thoughts are. if that's something you'd like to see. I think we're going to do it anyway. So, it's a track day, isn't it? I mean, they're a right laugh. This thing is going to be hopelessly outgunned by modern day 600s. It ain't going to have the power, it's an old engine. So we ain't going to be out in the fast group, because that would just be stupid. It'd be like a rolling roadblock. But we could have a right laugh doing that. Let us know what your thoughts are. Be interested to hear. Anyway. Right, we're getting there, we're getting there. Okay, so I made up this little tray. Basically I folded it that way to put these sides on, and then I've just plated across the end. Just the easy option. Can you see? You see in there? Loads of penetration on the welds, which is good, because this needs to be sealed, because this is going to be going in here. So that will be set in there, something like that, and then the gap that's left across the end here, I'm going to have to make up another piece, which I'll weld to obviously one end of this and all the way around the inside of the tank, and that is going to form the mounting point for the tank at the back. So it's not really going to be taking any load, because this sits on rubbers here and here, and obviously at the front, so that's going to be taking the weight of the tank. Because if you think about it, this doesn't really weigh that much at the minute. Fill it full of fuel and that's a different story. So the weight is going to be held there, there and at the front with the pads, and this little bracket that I'll make off here is purely to locate it and stop it moving about and coming loose and all that sort of stuff. So that's all good. That is going to be cool. That is going to be very cool. And that fits in there, an absolute treat. It is a little bit of an odd shape in here, and that's purely because of the underside of the tank had all these recesses pushed into it to obviously clear stuff on the standard bike. So we'll get that in, get it welded, and then I can dress all this down so it basically follows the shape of the underside of the tank. But inside it's a nice square and flat area for the battery. That's going well. Right, it's all changed. I've been watching Craig too much. He don't like it, he chucks it in the bin, and that's what I did. So I've remade the box. The only difference is it's deeper this way now. Because I offered it up and I just wanted to have a little bit more of an overhang, you know, just to stop stuff getting in there basically. So the reason I've chopped the corner off is obviously where this sets in, like that, the tank slopes up. So if I chop the corner off, I'll plate this and that'll just give me a little bit more clearance. I'd rather have more. I should have made it bigger to start with, but I didn't. So I'm doing another one. Right, it's tacked in. See that? I think we're there. Right. That's going to do it. Got clearance all the way around. The reason why it's not going down all the way is because I've left it a little bit long up here. So this bit is hitting on this bit. That bit there. This is going to get welded. Now I know the placement is right and it's all going to be cool and everything else. This is all going to get welded around here and then the excess is just going to get trimmed off. But that will do it. That'll do it a treat. Yeah. Yeah, that's just touching. But that's fine. That is fine. That is gonna do it. That's more how it's gonna sit. Right in at the front. Tiny bit of a gap, which is good. That will just allow a little bit of airflow to get around everything. I can chomp that back bit out. And we are in. It's just there, just there. Right! No, I'm happy with that. Yeah. Result. All the inside of this, by the way, the inside of this recess is going to be plastic lined. So what we're probably going to do is get some ABS. I'll dress all this up because I've got loads of penetration on here and it's a bit of an ugly weld on the inside, but I wanted to make sure it was all in there. So all this is going to get lined with ABS plastic, just because I don't want any chance of anything shorting out We've already done that once. I'm not doing it again. That would be stupid. But this is it. That is going to be cool. Right, so that's it for today. I am pleased I've got this in though. This is gonna be fun. I could push the box in like an extra, I don't know, 5mm. I might even do that actually, just to offer it up and see what it looks like. And then the final bit is just going to be plating this back bit in with a bracket on it, so I can fix it down to the frame, and that way it will keep all the, you know, keep all the tank safe and steady and stuff. So that's gone really well. That's going to work a treat. Like I say, pretty much from here back is all going to be insulated. It's just I don't want, you know what it's like when you're working on a bike and you rush in and blah, I don't want any chance of anything underneath the bottom of the tank touching on the battery terminals. The terminals are going to have covers on them anyway, but given time, you know what happens there, they just come off or they wear through, or I don't know, something. But pretty much every bike I've ever had, the caps on the terminals has been junk. So yeah, we're just going to go belt and braces on it basically. Why wouldn't you? I mean, you're making it, so make it how you want it. It is a Mark II. The first one did end up in the bin. Just because I thought about it, I don't know, let's do it a bit different. So yeah, I'm pleased with that. The back bit is going to be a doddle to do. That's just a template, chomp it out of some of this stuff, which I've got a few more bits and pieces laying around, and make up the bracket, and that's it. That's easy. I'll get that done during the week, and then I'm gonna probably move on and get the number plate and indicators and, you know, all that mounting sorted. I do have an idea, and Steve-O did bring down a set of indicators so I can have a play, and I'll get on that during the week, I think. But yeah, so that's what it is. That's it. Thank you very much for joining this. Hope you enjoyed it. Obviously, we'd love you to come back, so feel free to subscribe and do the little bell thing. And I think next weekend, Steve-O's going to be down on the Sunday, so a day later. But if I can get all this done and dusted and finished up, then he can pretty it up and decide what sort of finish he's going to have on it. I think he's going to go for just a brushed metal with clear coat over the top. Don't know. But this will all need, you know, all this stuff needs coming off, and we'll probably shove it in the shop blasting cabinet and get it all cleaned out and stuff. But yeah, that's it. Thank you very much for joining us, and we'll see you again. Laters!